Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Calmsden Farm here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTY. At the end of the last video I ran into a bit of a problem with my old silo here, and I'm coming to the conclusion, now trying to put some manure in there, that what we possibly may have, ladies and gents, is a situation whereby we can't actually put any more stuff in the silo until I've emptied some stuff out of it. I've got a funny feeling, ladies and gents, that the silo capacity is being shared by all the stuff that's in it, which is different to how the silos worked in the previous game in the series. In FS19, if you had a 1,000,000 litre silo, then you could store 1,000,000 litres of each individual crop product that silo could hold. So even though the silo had a 1,000,000 litre capacity, that was 1,000,000 litres of wheat, 1,000,000 litres of barley, 1,000,000 litres of oats, etc, etc, etc. Seems like this time round the capacity is now shared and the individual crops removed from that total figure. As I say, first time I've run into this issue, because normally, typically speaking, I've not had this problem whereby I have got a silo that I can't empty into. I normally haven't. I've never had enough crops to fill a silo. And typically, because I've been doing productions and stuff on all my Let's Plays, I've not been I've never filled a silo to capacity, so I've never actually seen how the silo capacity kind of works. But it would definitely appear in this case that I can't load the silo until I've emptied stuff out of it. It's going to be a problem, because that means I'm not going to be able to get any more straw in there either. So let's just test. I've just took 60,000 litres of grass out of the silo. Will it now let me put 30,000 litres of manure that it wouldn't let me a minute ago put in there? Will it now let me load this? Yes. So that's the problem, ladies and gents. My silo's bloody full. So in that case, what we may need to do is sell some stuff from the silo. May get rid of some of the silage that's in there then. And we'll use the fermenter as our silage store. I know that's not ideal for if I'm doing TMR mixing and stuff, but it's probably what I'm going to have to do, because unfortunately, like I say, that right now is full. Just going to leave that there. I'm going to pick this trailer back up. Being very careful, because those bales are all now loose and are in the real world. They're not fake bales anymore. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, that worked. Right, in that case then, this fella's going to have to take the grass now from here to the fermenter so I can get the rest of the grass loaded in there. The rest of the bales that I'm going to be picking up from field 23, and then I'm going to have to get the silage taken care of. So we're going to want bale shed to silage fermenter. We're going to want to take grass. We're going to want to do 8 trips. I'll have to have a look through this silo as well, see what's in there that I don't really need be in here. I've got, as I say, I've got 1,000 litres of chaff in there that I don't need. That could come out straight away and go somewhere, disappeared. Total mixed ration 343,000 litres. Pretty sure all the cows are not going to eat that much. It'll be a while before they eat that much. Got 1 million litres of straw, 1 million litres of hay. I've got 1 million litres of silage. Perhaps we have a clear out, ladies and gents, over the winter. And we sell some hay and silage then. Bring that number down a bit. Half. If we just had 500,000 litres of silage and hay, that would be too much probably. Yeah. Frame rate's going a bit bonkers again. Don't know why. Just last couple of videos on this map, it's starting. We get a little bit of a frame droppage, bit of performance drops, especially down, like I say, in the area at the bottom of this field. Just this bottom bit here is where I'm getting quite a bit of frame drop for. I don't know why. Don't know what the reason is for it. Because there's nothing really there, is there? I could understand it if I was getting the frame drops at the farm where I've got all the equipment, all the vehicles and everything. Or, you know, if I was at the cow farm and getting all the performance drops and all the frame drops and stuff because of all the stuff that's there. Or when I'm just out here in the wild, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Right, that fella's gonna do bales. This field's all nicely done. Working towards the next step on the precision farming trail. 85 lot. Still 49 on one of these fields for whatever reason. Like I say, we need to do field 4, 34 and 8 in a bit. Need to get those done. Apart from that, like I say, we've done the harvesting. I need to get field 2 fertilised. That'll be one of the tasks for today as well. I would have thought I'd have hoovered that bale up, that one. Right, I'm just going to leave him parked there for a second. Because as I say, what we need to be doing is this job. I also don't know why, but since the auto drive update this week, every time I load into the game, all the auto drive windows are open on every vehicle. They're always open, and the vehicles don't retain the settings that you used, the last used settings. They don't. Show you that. Don't think I've got. Oh, I haven't got him anymore because he's. I'm using that trailer. But yeah, the trailer originally, although I'd been doing silage to the sell point. In the last video, I was selling silage from the fermenting station. When I loaded the game up a few minutes ago, apparently he was going to try collecting wheat from the fermenting station, and he was going to be taking it to somewhere else. And it's like, well, those are not the settings that he was using. Very bizarre. My manure pipe's glitching on the back of that. I hate to say this, ladies and gents, but since the last update again, I'm noticing more and more little glitches and little things, little issues in the game. And I know Giants probably don't intend. I mean, no developer ever sets out to make their product worse than it is. And they hope that when they release updates and patches that it actually fixes their product. It just seems that however many times when Giants release an update and a patch for the game, yes, they fix stuff, but then they seem to create a load of new little things that just... They're not massive, obviously they're not game breaking, it just doesn't look very good, like those hoses on the back of that sprayer, that spreader. Just doesn't look right, does it? Because it's all glitching about. And it's just simple things like that, I think. Little things like that, which unfortunately right now just let them down a bit, lets Giants down a little bit, unfortunately. Hasn't quite got the attention and quality of detail that, you know, we would like in a game that's supposed to be, you know, an accurate simulator of farming. The equipment glitching out and flapping about and stuff just doesn't look very good. So that's maybe what we'll be doing for the next couple of videos now then, ladies and gents. I'm probably going to have to set one tractor with a trailer to do, first of all, maybe do 10, go and deliver 10 loads of silage from the store there at the cows and sell it. Then do 10 trailer loads of hay, 10 trailer loads of straw, just to free up some capacity in that silo. Get things back on track, so I've actually got room to store stuff. I'd like to store the manure in there from the cows until I've got enough manure, you know, until I've got a proper trailer load of manure. Right now, it's not worth driving all the way to the store with 34,000 litres of manure. The BGA, sorry, with 34,000 litres of manure. It's just not worth it. When I've got 60,000 litres, a full trailer load, then it's kind of worth it. I'm not going to drive there with a trailer half empty. That just makes no sense. And I'm going to have to go and refill our lovely flurry spreader in a minute. So we've got 2 more crops left to harvest this year. We've got the sunflowers and we've got the corn. And we've got sugar beets, which should be, like I say, hopefully if everything's been planted at the correct times of the year, the sunflowers and sugar beets should be ready to harvest beginning of September. So next month, as soon as we advance to September, we should find we get the sugar beet, and the sugar beets will be useful because the sugar factory really does need the extra production, because so far I've bought some sugar cane for the sugar mill so it can produce sugar at the minute, but it's only producing from that one item. Whereas obviously once I add sugar beets, it will be producing sugar from sugar beets and sugar cane, which means we'll get twice as much sugar output, which means hopefully we can keep the bakery running. Right now the bakery I run out of sugar that fast in the bakery that I can't keep it running for more than a couple of hours. So we're not really being as productive as we could be. But that's, like I say, that's just supply and demand issue at the minute. I can't supply sugar fast enough with the products I have available to me. Especially as the dairy unfortunately screwed me over a little bit, ladies and gents. I don't know whether you ever saw that, but the dairy, the dairy building shafted me quite badly. Because if we go and look at the dairy in the production menu, okay, see there's my bread and cake. See sugar, we're down to 2,695 litres. The butter's going down a little bit. But if we go down to the dairy snaffled 20,940 litres of sugar. It did. The dairy has robbed all that sugar, even though it outputs very little and very slowly. It decided to rob all the sugar that basically would have been better off in my bakery. So I'm not happy with the dairy. The dairy robbed the sugar supply from the sugar mill. So that's why I've now set the sugar mill back to storing rather than distributing, because at least that way, well, because when it stores the sugar, I then get control over where it gets delivered and distributed. So all the sugar that's coming out of the sugar factory at the minute, that will be going to my lovely bakery and be turned into bread and cakes. I can't see again. I'm zoomed in out that far, I can't see through the bloody trees. And of course, because I'm playing with the camera collision disabled mod installed, the camera doesn't auto zoom in as I'm driving under the trees, because that would get very jarring as the camera's doing that all the time as you're driving down the road. It's like, ooh. But yeah, as soon as I fill this, I lose my information at the top of the screen. Look. Yeah, that holds 6,000 litres. This then holds 60,000 litres. Tell you what, we don't have a lot of spare digestate, do we? Have to fertilise in these fields again. Although, look at the BGA, we've got, well, nearly a full tanker load ready to come back. And like I say, at the minute, the fermenting station is on distribute. There's some there's even digestate in there. Look, I can go and rob if I need to. If we need to. But yeah, I need to come and mow the grass on these fields, really. And that would then just bump their environmental score up just a tiny little fraction higher. Then we'll be well away. Going through that gate is quite a task. I'm just not going to bother. I don't quite get why there's a gate there, really. Riddle me that one. Because there's no hedge. Access onto this field's pretty easy from top. Even that side over there. And it's not like field 3 needs gated access because it's at the farm already. Look at that. Little tweak there. Let me run along here. Bright sunshine. For a second. I want to get a nice screenshot for the thumbnail. That'll do. Plenty of slurry used there. Like I say, all the fields are about ready. I Like I say, all these fields will get seeded as well in September. They'll have proper crops planted on them. So everything's looking good on that front. Like I say, the only ones we'll have to do oilseed radish on will be field 3 after we've harvested that, because we'll be out of the planting window, and field 6, which has the wheat on it, and field 9, which currently has the sugar beets on it. And one of those fields will need to be planted with sorghum for next year. Decisions to make, ladies and gents. We're not probably going to get, obviously we're not going to get a massive great big sorghum harvest then next year. Unless I choose to save one of these fields, maybe field 5 again. Guess it all depends really, doesn't it, on what we decide to do. Probably won't be doing a soybean harvest anytime soon. They tend to not yield a great amount unless you've got a great huge field. Unless I decide not to do wheat. Unless I decide not to bother planting any wheat this year. Because I've got 250,000 litres in the silo, which will be enough to feed the chickens for 12 months easily. And that's even after I sell some in the winter. So maybe we forego the wheat. We do oats, barley, Nola on 3 fields. That leaves me a field then for doing that will leave me a field spare for doing the sorghum on. Because I like the sorghum because when we go back to the grain mill, sorghum actually generates the same amount of flour as oats, which is 15. Barley only gives you 10. Wheat only gives you 5. So that's why I don't use wheat for making flour. You only get 5 extra litres. You only get 5 litres of flour per 1 litre of wheat. Barley gives you 10 litres of flour for 1 litre of barley. But oats and sorghum give you 15. So it's really oats and sorghum, if we're going down the flour road, flour production, that we need to be maximising. So yeah, I might not bother with planting wheat then. Because the thing is, I can double crop. I can double crop. After... oh, can I? Can I? No, I can't. I can't. I was going to say... I was going to plant... I could plant corn on the oat, or after harvesting the oat or barley. I can't. if I want to keep doing a corn harvest each year, like I have been doing, like I did last year and like I've done this year, I need to plant wheat. So maybe we get rid of the barley then. Maybe we sacrifice the barley. We do a wheat harvest. And we can then do the corn again after the wheat harvest. And obviously if we do corn on one of these fields, we'll get quite a lot. That's also not forgetting, of course, which I almost did, we now have this big field over here. So we could do like wheat on that. Wheat. Do oats again. Canola. Sorghum. Or wheat. Oats. Canola. Sorghum. Something else. Something else. Next year. Sugar beets again on field 9. Which means we might be able to sneak in a soybean harvest next year. We could do soybeans then on one of these fields. As well as we could do sunflowers again. Because we get the corn harvest then from the wheat field over here. That's a plan. But I will probably forget and not remember. So I'll need you guys to keep reminding me of that plan in the comment section on the next several videos so I don't forget. Okay? Like I say, I don't want to buy any more normal fields, if you like, any more numbered fields to plant crops onto, but I would like to buy this little bit of land later on and do my grapes and olives on there. Unless we get a real good deal, buy a plot of land, but I would like to wait. I don't know if there's any plots of land particularly that I would want to buy. 21 over there. Field 1 is massive. 19 has got that silly island lump in it. And it's on the hillside. But it is available. 700,000 for that. See, I wouldn't want anything that's too far away from the main farm. Like, I wouldn't want to buy like field 25, 14, 13, for example, because you've got to drive miles out of your way to get equipment to them. I mean, when I buy that, well, obviously when this field is my grapes and olives and stuff field, I'm gonna have a shed. I'm gonna put a shed in. Okay, I'm gonna have a shed, and I'm gonna have all the harvesters, mulchers, fertilizers, everything everything to take care of grapes and olives is going to be kept here. That's my plan. So, realistically speaking then, if I'm going to buy any fields, it's going to be either field 21, which I could afford, which I think has potatoes currently growing on it. which wouldn't be a massive problem. Because I could buy a header. We could harvest the potatoes. We could sell the potatoes. We could get lots of money for the potatoes. However, potentially does have the problem. Now, it's going to wipe out a lot of my finances. Am I going to get 500,000 back in selling potatoes? Probably not. Probably not. But would give us an extra field. Field 1 would be nice. I'm not going to lie. Owning Field 1 would be nice. I would have to do some tweaks to the, obviously, paint all around the edges and stuff to get rid of all the crop I don't want. And create room for my machines to turn around and stuff. I'd also get rid of that bit in the middle. I'd smooth all that out, level all that out, the ditch out the middle, and then plough all that and turn that into an actual actual field in the middle there. So the field's not broken up by that stupid island. I'd get rid of that. I'd plough that and make a field. And then where the telegraph poles are down the bottom here, I would probably actually sweep it, come inside that. So I'd actually probably lose this part of the field down here, so I'm not having to work around the telegraph poles. And it give me somewhere to park the trucks, the tractors and stuff, whilst we're unloading harvesters and what have you. So yeah, that's not going to be a big issue for me. This guy will need to be refilled later on, next time we come to do some more fertilising. But I now do believe I've put nitrogen on all the fields that we've harvested. So yeah, we've not done nitrogen on all those. Nitrogen on all those. Done nitrogen on all of these. So yeah, it's going good. Why has he stopped? That's a shame. I was hoping he would have finished this field by now. Meanwhile, I'm still picking up bales. So I will get more bales picked up. Hopefully fill that silo before the tractor comes back. Yeah, that's a good idea. Fill that silo before the tractor makes it back from tipping. And I can then come back, carry on picking up more bales. So we're in a race now. Race against auto drive. Because what I would hate to happen is for him to come, the trailer to come back, and there not be enough grass in the silo for him to, and then he sits there blocking the silo. We wouldn't want him to do that, would we? We definitely wouldn't want him to do that. So, there we go. Now, if I drive this way out, I should be able to straight shot it through that gateway. I shouldn't get caught up on the gate, because it's pretty much a straight line through here. Yeah, that's much easier getting in if I go that way than trying to turn into that gateway from the road coming from the other direction. Ah, for some reason he's not unloading. He won't turn around while he's got bales sticking out the back. Bit weird. When he's off again. I'm guessing if we did this with the actual loading wagon doing the collecting, we won't run into this issue. He would quite happily carry on. I think the baler, for whatever reason, won't reverse if there's bales ready to be unloaded. Fair enough. We'll let him continue then, ladies and gents. I've reached the end of today's episode, sadly. So please do me the big favour now of making sure you click the like button on the video for me. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're not doing so currently. Leave me your comments in the comment section down below. And share the video with everyone you can, everywhere you can. I'll see you all next time here on Calmsden Farm, but for now, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Cheerio, everybody.